yawfo no ebeda ne yebetimi aboama ye ma enseye kwanbe so
fanse bia 9 years impo de ne ko ne fie mpanyi die mu ano no na wa start church abofra ne niama akran metuma be sasa mama ade we den panyansa kwan mi so na kire ne se ade we se ni e ma ne nkwa abontin ko so emfi a na mfofo nchen because aware no nye by age by a lot of things are we sua obetuma aware at the age of 19-20 years ba wo hu no at maturely obesma aso aware me vanze between the ages of 25-30 and above but be like a child
oba be ne betimi akowade na okowade mu a e de nhye no betimi awo a ebehu se oba we de oye warefo
awade wo homa oba but anya oba bia na waso awade ese so owura awade mu awofo ne bi won ma me ba no wanyini wahihye kama ne bibia asisi so kama ne ye piano so nkonko ware because be ma na oba ne bia no de sika ye den e ba fie abebre ho obo ne degree wie bibia wianza na waye den waye ne ready so person ware because on a situation where a man be ba ne life mu na fa be hye no so na ne vision na e da na ni so so fulfill no went to me and fulfill but very important point am be say me chip in wa ha
Higher Ghana and your way, you better shrink from Hakra. You be dinko more afa a ma, and once in your becker. Until you assume it tea. Now, me and Biddy Median Chairman, me dinde K and notch in a dear. Now, so far back, I say, wa quadro, a disunion pimu and any dinko moe, I a friend no. Pastor Gabriel Yamwa. Pastor Gabriel Yamwa ena ni din ba ko na ka ho Buensi just Buensi Yamwa Gabriel ena ne betwinko Pastor Mpacho na bokọ de
Yesu adom ho ye pa
de rade ase nyame adom ko pa we de meka se bo ho to foka kra ye ka se Gabriel Buensi Yamwa woni hwan
Gabriel Yamwa Buensi obi a meda ministry a your friend of King's Life Gospel Missions. Na King's Life Gospel Mission is here ministry a onyankopon eyesi wo se obekọ wiase aka nkwaje hosem ade a kire nipa na wafasa ministry so na ode nkwaje ade abre nipa na me obi so a nyame adom mako school edrechi kakra mako university na sisi ame no kase mi go so a me ya me masters ewo KNUST na masua theology so kakra ma ware wo na menyanwe but enche
no kwase
ma ware na yo bia ebusua no so metoso miensa me free ya wo mo tema na matna sa na me ba Kumasi be ko school na makaha
okay
na eja medi Kumasi but kura so am free so ya juso
wow
na me free
wow
na ejuso kura no eja yi me kasa asma dem fere ma ko ba ko miensa bi
wow
but baby so a meti ben so kakra enti metumi akase o person hu bi fa geba ya mo abesi wa me de besi ya bi kakra se ya
na me kan say asori den ye wa asori ana say ye
o well ye nyame asori but mini obi a me da no enya asori a ye shia Sundays ye ministry
okay
a ministry but enya asori a ye shia Sunday because any so ade hu na nyame de amaye no it's more or less like a missionary ministry enti enya asori a ye shia Sundays enti sana mekano me
pese bia obi nya kwanya na bia opese oba bia mo ye ne sen na msi ye ne fa wana
okay ye share Tuesdays na Tuesdays no ye free baby School of Biblical Pattern
okay
na School of Biblical Pattern ye ne say ye sua nyame asem den kan de sa e tenteni ni tietia ne say ye sua nyame asem ye discipleship training school ayate ye fa so shia e shia nyame asem because e we me ye hu say jiri fo bebre na nyame sua nyame asem enyema ba ko mienu bi edidi e kire wo nyame sumu enye se enye ye nyame nsenkyere ni wo ho nyame tumi wo nyame awade wo ba so ye obi opese wo sipi na wo sita e wo nyame sumu a ese nyame asem ne ade a de bia no o mani si we no so enti Tuesday ni dia dwumadi aya ya no ye school a obi atumi baby ye obi atumi baby na ye shia o Mount Olives
okay
Mount Olives Retreat Center o KNUST Boedi ho na na Thursdays ni ye shia ni abompae
Oh, okay.
Into Tuesdays and Thursdays in Asia. Now time na Asia no so 6 to 8. Every evening be 6 to 8.
Wow. We dey besu ne kakra ye beka ma ho asem.
Okay.
Ma ho asem be ka no se bi ye se ye wo ba ene ye wo ba. Enye oba bia na oba. Ye be start with yem fan free enkwada me fa say starting from teenage enko. Ni yem start ye ka se oba ne hwan.
Okay. Ye ka so bi oba ye ka se bi emodu. Ana se ya de emodu. Na baby a opese ye sha se free ni de metumi aka se nipa krono no o sinimba mu ano na uye obi a uye teenager anase bebunu ana ketesi a wesi so a enyema bebre won me se odi si weni so because sa wan fa san nyema na ensi weni so fiti sa particular time no an fa san hihye na enyini abedu bebe na be how because at that stage you know one esese hu how betumi di hu ni betumi siesie ho ene efe bi adolescence period now with that period the koba ne say oho na ye kyerɛkyerɛ nkwala ne ma bebre form ho akwala bi wo ana so onyini aketese bi wo ana so onyina ene me bi wo ma odum pempen so bi na so obusa awofo a ne aka na hye so wo hu hia but from that very age na abofa ne nyine no ene ma bebre wo ma say awofo no start so mo kyerɛkyerɛ nkwala no so what you say because you see no technology aba ne ntin nkwala ne so ne ma bi wo ne ma bebre wa sheda emwa ekwan mi so le emwa because one fa nyansa kwan mi so antete abofra na nkyira abofra no sane ma no okohia obi bia afi no instead of say ade a we hwe ya ade pa no obe apply for good purpose no na akwa wie bone enti at that stage ne de eye nyema bibire hon ma say wo ma ho kwan na usua ebi ni say ne medi kan how we siesie ho how we fa so esi wuniema how we fa so kan say eduane noa sa nyema ni nyina ye period bi eso ho because unyini na obedum pempen so bia obeso aware no nya afa na akokosua aduane nya na akokosi niema akokosua sa niema nyina at that age no hu hia se obesua na oma wawofo ho kwa no mo kyerɛkyerɛ enye bone se obedu sa age no na waka se mama bia tomato se twitwa ne sen bia jeni twitwa ne sen bia atade me nhye ne sen atade be na me nhye mfampie sa period ni hu hia se wo si so aketesia na se abebu no na se abawa ebetumi a shape your life na ama onimdie ewo ma ho akonkan
obu ho an life nyina no okọ school ba ebia wo high school ofi ho ba ya na obehye fie ofi school a obafie a ebia boarding house no tie oba ya na osaye classes ni ade nti onya tam nsua no mabi nti hwe ade ne de na ese osua nsa na obenyi na abro bia ne tire bre no.
Good question. Now the person can say at that particular age very crucial for your development as a girl, as a young girl. I'm using the word young girl because when you do womanhood and as a motherhood yet, but it's at that period very important. One, the medical can say as a man nyamisro edi wenim kan, nyamisro edi wenim kan. The tosu mi enu so no. Ese hu how obetumi afa so asiesie ho se ne medical kan ya no. Watade shem send obefa so a obesiesie wo ho. There are certain parts of your body as a young girl ho hia so bedi ho ni sa nema ni na usuasua fiti sa particular age no ese usuasua sa nema ni na na ufa wadesua so important very important uma wadesua so very important to you because at that age now onyini no there are a lot of things I see when so we meye but unya foundation in term eboa because we are ketesia na onyini anya ware nkwa na odisi when so that chi bi we so person person ye doctor o person ye lawyer o person ye ntuko school one o de nyameso esi when so fa nyame ye two how obesima says you how betuma karontade o hyemu ni sa nyema no kasa yemu kasa bi wa o kasa ho hia at that age one hwe ni ntem no wensi anu kwa o de benyini afebedu bebe na atinkense na afe o kasa basa ko hia be ma kwa na se ni gino person ba ware kwa na ye nsem bebre usua se ne kasa usua se ne nimbe ma di agro in that particular age and maybe one ma at that age na ho hia se o be get yourself involved ni nyina na se usua eno ko school so 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 far onkrata na se wadesua so very important because ene e shape you ama be ye oba sima bi ana oba se bi o nipa dase ni hu na se ni ji hu a oba hu se abawa we se ni enti those are the basic things o nyini a ese se wo ma esi wenu so number 1 nyamesoro number 2 how be fast we sisi ho ene ho wadesua e hu hia pa
enti wo hwa oba ebrebe no obetimi aseye
ebre bia betumi aseye because says your generation na eba na akola kra wedi 10 years kra and some of be catch okay mu odin akola wedi 8 years kra and some of be catch oben mu odin at that stage no say wo awofo na say wo a wo hwa abofra no so no we nya mmere ama abofra na mmere onya mmere ma wabofra at that age on say mmere ne ye because the very foundation na wo de ma akola no say entinti na nsipia eno ana no say okay obesey enti mmere bi wo hono mu a enga se bi a o wedi 18 years and no obesey and wo hwe say na wiase ne kona 10 years kra no na enema get out of hands 12 years kra na enema get out of hands yen kan ne pengu se sade ne ekoso akola bi wo ma se bi wedi be 10 years no odi memagro akola bi wo wedi be 12 years no odi memagro at that age now was started sade no so when you be amana am one and amane hu se sa life na or na partner or cat no enye good partner ebedu baby no who control no kra nye. So at every age or stage of that particular young girl no be be to me see until immediately now once akola na start say osuan hu nyeme bi what is right and what is wrong. That is the time I started say who shape akola in life because technology is send am bebre. You the good aspect of technology say I can say video ya ye technology sa technology ya so go for so e dey yen some money say ade a ye discuss ye ba ko to YouTube channel e ya bisua kese nipa besua obi akọ kai TV a oba ko sua ne ma papa oba ko sua ne ma bi o ade bi pa ko ne person hu bo that same channel na nipa akọ sua ade pa no o ko sua pornographic pictures ni videos ni sa ne ma ni nyina enti ehun hia say ye hwe sa ne ma in time because at every age of that particular child no e bia betumi aginsem
na wo hwa ye ye nipai na say ye mpanifo na say ye awofo no ebede ne ye betumi aboa ma ye ma ense ye kwan be so
ayen hihye bebre na hihye no that is saying say charity begins at home hihye ne say free fee sometimes na ya na mistake me ya abofra no uko school na so ye bone na teacher bo na papa ye soje ni me share kam na matena teacher bo na wo di sumbe fia mbapa besa bo ada asasa no akọ amwasa akọ back to school now they bring na live a lot of responsibilities na our teachers so na why na just awofo ne pese ye me ba nko school no nko sua ade e wo school there be school ye nko sua ade because at what point in time at how long na akola ne benya e wo school ma ode be sua san ne ma wanyina enti at the very age na abofra na sha ase wo fie no that's the time ese wo nyama mmerema abofra no na wo sha ase wo church asa abofra ne nyina akola no do age bi infancy bi a wodi be 10 years eko 10 years and I say one fancy be 9 years in de ne ko ne fie mpanyin die mu anu no na wa start church abofra ne nyama akola no metuma be say mama ade we den panyansa kwam so na kire ne say ade we say ni e ma ne nkwa abontin ko so mfi a na mfofo nchen e ma ne nkwa ende say akọ school en kola break kita mobile phones technology e bia no mo hwe bi into that very time now abofra sha say onyini na that is the time I start say who expose this abofra into it. So the basic age I me fin say abofra edu baby or still start so osua de mama kra na enye between 9 and 10 years 9 and 10 years now abofra eko the age of like even say by constitution is with 18 years why mature Ghana constitution ma kwan is with 18 years obetuma den aware what you say but eno no edu eno nye mandate say we 18 years now because aware eno nye by age by a lot of things are wesua obetuma aware at the age of 19 20 years but who no at maturely obesma aso aware me van say between the ages of 25 30 and above but behave like a child until that very age 9 to 10 years economy me jidi pass abofra no that is the time who are no start to say we kire no enyama ba ko mi me so hu fa ono ankasa no asoba
wow what can we ya okokan wade na yen kwa wade mu enti wo hwa hwan ne betimi akwa wade oba be ne betimi akwa wade na okwa wade mu a e de nhye no betimi ayo a ebehu se oba we de oye warefo
awade wo ho ma oba awade ma men kan in a general way awade wo ho ma oba but enye oba bia na aso awade senya awade wo ma be ma bia betumi awade ne be ma bia so na aso awade no awade wo ma oba na oba bia so betumi awade but answer na obekwa awade no wo oba na so obusa ho se eden ahosiesie ana se eden preparations na waye ofin se betumi aboa mo wura awade no senya medi kan se Ghana your constitution is udi 18 years na waso awade what you say your age be on ma udu sa period na ye fe be defilement akola no say bia wonyini do that particular age na on fan consent ma wo nyeme bi ho na woni ne be disagro agro no aya na ye ka no yemram so we difale akola no fan consent ama but odi 18 years no ofin say abofo nyina agya to say me ba wanyini amanoni a ebi ware 18 and about 19 and all that what you say but yem part of the world no there are a lot of things I say obana nkasa gitu say mesiesie me ho but our so nya ade a me fan say e ade a say o pre ho so person rem because a lot of preparation must go down like as earlier said no awade wo homa oba but enya oba bia na waso awade so ora awade mo awofo no bi won ma me ba no wanyini wahihye kama ne bibia sisi so kama ne e piano so nkonko ware because be ma na oba ne bia no de sika ye den e ba fie but the same say psychologically when I'm talking about psychological I'm talking about the mind of the child no? How prepared and how tough is the mind of the child and say obe piano so nko awade because awade needs a lot of thinking adie we mean yet we mean family sound so we mean family sound so all those things are processes of the mind it is abofrani need that particular the mindset the faculty to be able to think through issues of life a very difficult for the child to make a decision at that point and physiologically need send the nipedua so say enyini sifa sani me kasa se na ha nipedua se enyini fa ha sani mani nyina so ye nema ese wo factor in any entity ti say aduane noa edam siesie ni sanyema wanyina eyade bia be say abofra no hyese so osua sade nyina osua sade wanyina wie na sa wofo gitum say because abofra no so kwakoware say abofra no ma consent say yes me babay we drum pempen so bia ye gidi so betunya ware ama ye de ye nhira e de tanachi na mom udu baby na so awofo hu say dabi wanyini we di 25 years we di 30 years we di 26 years we di even 19 years oh dada maso awade mama maso awade na wawofo hu say dabi there are one or two things be say wotina say na usua na hu a it is for your own good because when you abekwa aware na so you go embarrass yourself oko embarrass hu so a afedi sem bebre na eden obi enu okwa aware ya so the no so kwa ja aware but sometimes the circumstances beyond certain things no among those decisions no ever along the way which in a normal circumstance is not supposed to be so before and when now obeka say maso awade mpese me wura awade no one as I say who say mentally psychologically we okay we are very fit enough to be able to make a decision on your own physiologically we see say mu ni pedua na yi nyina spiritually so say we okay so what you say because there are issues be on many be and so discuss with someone there are times where I saw ko to je now na nyankopon boss ade no mpaye enye bia na so ma meti enye bia na so party so all these processes and many others I believe say put that particular young girl or that particular woman no, in the position say now no why ready so person ya den or worry and no need very very important when who say dey when nyina no one master preparation na and go into your life at the end of the day to go against you
na me ye obey enuma bi ho enuma be mienu bi ho ti no ebetima ka say ma mintimi kwa wade
no kre enema bebre betima be si kwan nye just back mienu bi bebre betima si kwan sabi o send me ken obi won ma mentally on your sound enough bi kakra na or get things out of order or say nyema or play with things like he's on you so straight with issues me if you bring such a person to me say bia me counsel ni pakona me to ni pakona for I will have the person come to a point in her life say onya abotrek akransa no on building himself up the capacity to be able to think through issues no on building himself up yare so betumi ama sanye manu betumi ayede esi aware kwan for a while because obi okwa ware obi asabi o ni pakona those issues no e betumi ama nse mebre ayede aba so there are many factors along the line now ebetumi ama awade atwentwen so in the life of that person one obi so on ma or school now or kono what you see the news say ebi am pese me wie first degree and a second degree ansa na waware though that particular child obano we do pempen so be our parents ni say oh as I saw ware but the vision what you see the news say me say me wie me first degree and I'm a second degree or probably even third degree which is PhD and I say bisa ya o ma bebre o oboni degree wie ansa na wire den why are you ready so person worry because on a situation where a man be ban life mu na fa be hye so na the vision na e da na ni so so fulfill no went to me and fulfill but very important point I'm say me chip in wa there is a difference between a woman who lives on her own a woni bibia wa ko ni school do e chire ni bibia ene ye wo oba so a or your wife or your banso or your wife saa nipa ko no so you obi a sebio owo ne bibia saa nkofo no saa nkofo mienu no say mema ba omo life mu a bibia sesa ade a esesa ne say oba onware ya sebio wako school eduru akira or you okay on the first degree or on the second degree or on the third degree or you na adwuma pi or your boss saa oba no be ma bie nu obetima ka say we oba nti untumi ndi me so because for example you find say bia e oil company bi na me be me mako oil company na with the notion say we oba untumi ndi be ma so this is why I want to bring those particular differences very important bebre na cramble the two together say oba untumi ndi me so mako baby na oba na me boss untumi ndi me so that oba no whatever has qualified her to be in that position it has nothing to do with Obama in terms of awadi and say bibisa because don't forget say he's also coming from a different family and a different background also free a different background as a husband and as a man that moment now oba no eye oba say bi odimu or sefata so be kita sa position no she has every right to be your boss and she has every right to control you he has every right to lead you in terms when I'm talking about control I'm not talking about say but in every organization there are people who control things they direct affairs of issues that particular issue na me person me no discuss is here no enti sa oba no oyo obi a akosku obi bia bi or your boss whatever she tells you no then cast or your banti there be oye sa that very company be to make you ready because on your oba qualification bi a kire but sa oba no so you obi a wawade a make difference no sa oba na onu wo baby odi obema bi so no so you obi a wawade a so be fia sa ni qualifications ni sa ni mo kre ni nyina no enso so de ba wade This is a very important issues. A lot of women they have very difficult issue dealing with it, especially omo school edre choma omo wari omo ye juma papa bi or your boss or your general manager of a company at the same time wari okwa ejuma or your boss or mema shana say hey yes it will interest you to know that most of the people around here now or control mu na embe kra and sa oba no wawade o oba efia na opese o implement the same thing there e wo fie a moment na obedu fie na won se wukunu sabe wukunu or your security call baby crampo na a responsibility as a wife no say wo de masa abema nti emanyina nsua saade na beboa pa emanyina ensua saade no along the line me throw more light on those things but emanyina ensua saade no
Reakai TV ena wasugusu ahwe wasofo a wo ye council ankasa ni din ba ko ni din different ye Pastor Gabi ena egusu ena twetwen komo na de esu nyina nse so awade na se ye kama hwan ne wo ba na oba akora na sede ne se ye eso ye ho komo na yedi mebusa se ekwan bi so no enti no ma bebra ya na ebi a posusem wo nya bi a wakona nim wo enwoma suya mu wo ye pani wadwuma bi mu e de enti na ya na hye wo mom sa de kwa wade mu bebrena metumi aka se the foundation na omunya fiti asia no ana bebrena so ye memfa ne say you see for a bar to attain such a goal no, there is a sense of pride e wo ba ni mu say wetumi akọ school edu echire wetumi enya ne first degree second degree okita ne PhD possibly even a professor in the field or an authority in that area we see ade akọ no foundation is very important and the family in the home of free balance so is very important ebi anasa ni pakro no when who say awofo bi ana like ohwe so like we see him as an inspiration e cut that part nti saade no we sua we nyini ababeka no ho ode nyini abewa ade abewura wade mu eno wo ho ena obi susu ono ma ofele say me kunu nko school me na mako school ejire nti ade nti na wo be ma no wo with your low self esteem and as a bia qualification o ba be share me so with all the qualification am me won and so ho and your self kind of pride bia ni pa krono wo ofin say odimu o self atani bia bia ni every kind of respect bia ohia bia so the man and so ho and then again to maybe other from friends and influences around people are omo find yourself these days and ma onkunko bebre bia o ma join omo say the bosses the women bosses and no sa no ko a nsuani as adesua die bia omo sua o no so say another issue bia na betimi dey sa effect no na dia ba sa oba no so all in all ni has to do with the foundation oba bi o no ma akọ school edure chiri pa
wonim die pa nyame hyira no nyansemu ahonya die nyame hyira no but because of the foundation na onya enchi ne kunu sabio onkita ne second degree mpo but the very respect the honor o mani kunu odwene ho abusa won say obai efie be no frame ntete be no wenya eni sane ma ne nyina enti a whole lot of factors are play on that particular issue ma edru baby a no mo feel say omo ye boss either by the family or free ade bia wo hu whichever way it could be good, it could be bad, it could be positive, it could be negative. Again, and now for friends in here bia na yere obi kunu like obi yere sorry to say the way treating kunu ni sa anyama no we sua ade we sua say bia me so ye ni see be ye because onu so your boss me so your boss ni kunu na oye bibia ma no ni sa anyama no enti anu so wo ho e na afen so no ni pakro no association bi o join ni any ku bi o wom ekuo ya ewom yema yekunu mu nhye yen so because yakọ school edirechi ene sa ne ma no the moment a man ebehu omu place in the life of a man. When I'm talking about a man, I'm not just talking about a man, but I'm talking about a husband. Because initially me make a difference be say oba ni bema wo hono so se bi oba no enya issue about marriage oba no so your boss or your boss o bema no your dance say odi ni die man no so your boss. But the moment eya aware sem anase bia oba na aware ene ye different eno wo oba na so wo ukunu wo your boss kwa na obefie kwa na ukunu no because okay nkan Bible na o ma ye ti ase ye Christopher ntie the Bible na na be ye foundation e be build because anything that has to do with women, anything that has to do with marriage ne fapini no root e free Bible ni mu na bae na me na share ntie ho na ese ye kotwe inspiration ni your thoughts and your understanding e free o se mebo oba dia ma bem obema na oba no obaye help meet. In fact that word help meet no so we study ko echire pa another meaning of that word help meet e obi a if I say oye aid aid on say Ghana ha say ye wo sike bi ye project bi a aya na ye call for aid just say bi America for omomwaye ana Europe omomwaye ana China omomwaye Asia omomwaye sa niema na omode ba na aya na ehu ni say either an aid to support what you already have into oba be mamu as marriage issues are oba no we aid to the man. In other words ade biara onyankopon de hira wo as wo sa oba no it's a sort me support member na be man to me fulfill the brother vision in the home, outside of the home and everything. So oba be man bra bom as a wife, and this time I'm not talking about woman, I'm talking about a wife. Na say to me contribute into the life of the man to achieve his purpose. The oba no matter how blessed you are failed in the first place because you are an aid to the man, you are help to the man, you are support to the man. And a man also say the woman is a help to you, is an aid to you. In a family situation where we have a project, maybe you the man you have a 60% contribution. Obano now comes in with a 40% contribution. It shouldn't turn the other way around where Obano will be contributing a greater part. Unless say bia for circumstances beyond you people, maybe a bema ni ejuma bi na Obano jitu se bema na obuapa. But unfortunately ejuma se bia e basa. Hono na say one more than what the man used to do before na say onye bioma different. But in a situation where bema ni buapa say me yere obi a ne juma sem ni sika sem ko enim nti me will be crying now, me more more than what I do. Then in the first place, you are failed as a man. Because don't forget that she's in your life to help you. Into woman who contributed for 60 years, no banning the 40, but you see why. And you're bonus so more banning so by yes, sir. Into imagine say when you are in the life of a man. And when I'm talking about a man, I'm not talking about a husband. It's a different ball game altogether. But when you are a woman and you are in the life of a man as a wife to the husband, it's also a different ball game altogether. Your relationship with your husband should be different from your relationship with somebody who is just a man. You have oversight. In other words, if you are your boss and you are the boss and I say it's a different thing. It's a man. It is a
wow. Now, area simu, abusuyamu, baby ebede hu say ababa we de oye oba wale for pa e de be me hu
it still bring back to the foundation any entity any kwan oba no yafa so erase no on say tititete no e bia na ebusua bi eda eja na say ebusua ofa bi etmi ko ra ebusua bi mu ka say oba ba we ade we ni we amehu nti me de ma me wo fa se bi And then and if I can who yentia or make it that recommendation because and then say we are soft for na so we make it recommendation and it's very important so we are soft for now we team yes also take sadi we pa now we recommendation say me hu oba bi na me pese me de ma asimesi wa asore dem and these days it happens in a lot of churches oba we very good pa no I recommend oba no dia ma asimesi abrante young guy or in the name say two of them be ware no ma ka asore dem no ma stay asore dem. In some instances, na eye ejuma ebi susu a enye ejuma. Abe ko wi aba na wo sofo na ye blame you. Eti for a sofo and I say anybody whether ebusuan penny your uncle your father when who be wo ba bi hu na so recommend this oba na ma. That means there is something that the person has seen about that particular oba no. Ebi ane kasa yemu, ebi ane ni yemu, ebi ade yo faso, ebi ana ye nhiem ne ye hia bi oba be serve. Ebi ane kasa tie, oba ne ye tiatia ne so panons still. Oba bi won tiatia no papa for no munim nyansa. Ye say me serve me bo omo ye. No but in the midst of all those things na oba no still or that very calm. Yes we give me o. That is how she is. Into wo sa oba no bema whether say your papa o say wo fa bi na ehu ana sofo bi na ehu kasa there bi asimesi obe fata bia asti obe fata bia kojo obe fata bia asimesi then he makes the recommendation because of the attributes ne characteristics be ohu oba no so bia na ne kasa no onim kasa okasa utumi say enya ade a o pretend you pretend so o hia nipa no champagnefo bi no hia nkofo bi o say nkofo mo hia nyina omo fie sika wo pa omo ma bema bi won man omo ma mema bi omo nware intima me nkona me nko pretend but you see how long will you continue to pretend? Pretense is just for a period of time. Ebedu baby ebe fade away bibi ba be share pretense so ma you be exposed. In other words, you be exposed. But adie bi wo bi hu na sa utumi say ni suban ya minimum aketesia bi a obetuma 70 pa be 50 ma another 50 group and some be serve on complaining da it a very positive attribute bi o sa ba na obe hu keke nka say adie wenti me do be ma asimesi mo aware ana me do be ma asem enti ne eni su ne ban ade di ama ni pe hu na meka na bi ya okasa yemu ebi ya watade shem ebi ya oni yemu ebi ya onyamesum ebi ya senya wo fisi so do nyanko enye pretense. I'm not talking about pretense, I'm talking about real exhibition of character and attitude. Why exhibit what dey the money pen na dey ehu then the person begin to recommend you. So these are things that to me obi to me I recommend it obi the mo bi say ade we nti me hu say about we or you very good marriage material in the family nti asemesi betuma wara ma na ye
Ethiopia bonten so ne nipa bebere ne nam ho ye hwe Peter no man ne ye no nsuban hu se o me ye Christopher ewiase we mu ema ha ebede hu se abante we ababa we okode wa ye oba no wa ye oba mu ba.
A very good question we bisa no na ma me fa me nim je kakra bi a me emra na me school me a bit of psychology kakra me sua when I was doing business administration. I'm a lecturer bi na or perception bi na perception na o wo no according to lecturer na perception is say oba biara or the chain necklace chain meaning cast a necklace anything necklace guy but me fan say chain or the 29 biano or who oba in a certain category.
Wow.
It was an opinion he had about Obabi or dresses until she met one particular lady in the class and lady ni proven you wrong.
Sir.
Bia na beye ade bia oba no fe na oye. What you say? Now, uko baby no akohia ma bebre. The one particular lady bi wo mu a the way obeye no ho no. Obefe se bi obofo bi no watie free so abeto form a se bi o ne so bad ehun bi da. But there will be something within that particular obana and nyama start to say a hitting is so stronger and sadie start here dey. Hwe mama fasa instance we emfa explaining what I'm about to talk about. Emra nyankopon suma Odifo Samuel. Now Samuel tetete no ye ka Odifo Samuel a menim Odifo bi ande ebetumi de na toto Odifo Samuel. Ye Odifo ewo wiase ye living Ghana ye Odifo pa. But na Samuel ye obi a wo hwese ne Bible ka no wansem na o se na asem menum asem nye den entofom. Samuel ye obi a na nyame na asa no no onye Odifo keke no ye obi so ana osa bu aten o ye judge. Na me shada ehira no. This was the man that nyame suma no so onko Jesse ebusuem no onko yi obi no be ye ohene. Bible say emra owura Jesse ebusuem hu ne baba bema odikan bakan odikan pe Owana mpofiri mo difo no say abrantie me hwe sene wan ho ofacity wo tintin city o structure city sene o okita broad chest ni yi wo yi dia una nyame yi se be ye ohene nyame se de be ma power no say second one by nyame se wa power no ni ina he was looking at the appearances of the people and the appearances of the people sometimes can be very deceptive into hwe sa nyama ni nyina wie ye pe o ka say erade asaba pe de ma omo fia asese aminim nyina omo nya betwe mo manim enti wan pa no wayi ni say
me hira no
o me ye ohene e wo busua we mu ohwa na obisa apa na pa no so mi wo baba ba ko be fe ne David ejuma wo ye ni gisi ye twen ma ne ye demba na Samuel ze ne ye nyina ye ngina wo te so beba abrante ne ba ye no se wo hwe ne tibi odi ba ye na on sem fata se so ye ohene se bi odi nwurem se bi o kenwan o hwe nwan so but onyankopon hu ade bi fa David hu a na obiara hu ne nakomam. It is sometimes an appearance can be very deceptive. With me show baby or dressing neat pa. So na kumemu aye tun. We show baby said we only dressing papa. On shada you be a fashionista person, fashionable person. But it means na kumemu ye dey aye yi pa. Enti it will be very very difficult from the onset so we shall be. Now by virtue of the appearances no one conclude say we or your marriage material. It will take a bit of time. What you say? And sometimes to prayerfully no ebia obia utabo empire nyankopon betumi abonya a certain trend be about the person's life men can soon as in but it can happen. You may see me sunda ye hu as me see send me hu no send me hu send me hu no but me dey compare the life here na me hu difference wo me say nyama nsha dan koye. So those things are there until untumi who will be on the onset on the goal and conclude say or your marriage material. It will take a bit of time. Obi so more about wade ma. You see our dear you see me worry 5 years ni. Me nko me ni bebre. But before na me worry kwan nsema na me te o masunkwa no bebre nsem bebre. Na kakra mesua ne say marriage with time it will make a person either better or bitter. Obi oba wade foforo ma otumi say on the beginning on shadanye that but with time we say our na start shaping formulating forming mixing on afi wa be a very good person by experience no ba be better. Obi so we aware mu a all of a sudden a very good person but marriage makes the person become bitter and even worse off than she entered. He said man was 7 years can than she entered. Na afi ba kona be worse off. Depending on how the person is able to cope with the particular relationship she finds herself. Relationship will come out, you become better. Relationship you also, I'm talking about marital relationship because it's also a relationship. It makes you either worse off or even better, interdependent. For me to say me who Joe Boy and Joe Boy is a very good married material as a man. I'll be very wrong. It will take something beyond what I am seeing. And I mean, who Ajua, I'm gonna say Ajua, by virtue of what I'm seeing, she's going to be a very good material. Then I'll be very wrong. Have you ever seen situations where Oba be to me kwa wadiemo? Ma many lim aba watete ni free fee, but okwa wadiemo no asesa. O can say be a chere ma me no say debi. Me ba no ye say na metete no. How has changed that person? Either by the character of the man he's living with that has changed the person, or an a character be what pick it from outside or the ban marriage. These are the only two things. Bema to me more Obasisa. Obano should be picking certain character from outside. And a situation if sometimes it's unbearable and it misses. So it will be very difficult for you to look at the person and say where your marriage material. Eddie, sometimes predictions are good. Some can say where your good material. Sometimes your prediction can also fail. So it is a process. It is a process that will determine, say, whether the person is a very good material for marriage or is not a good material for marriage. To be some say, then Panama, I will bound, like I say, well, you're very good material. Make I say 50-50. Because sometimes your predictions can fail.
Wow, Pastor Gabi, just say, Namiadum, and someone meeting, a bebo, I mean, ask me this, what we face, a bebo. Pastor Gabi, maybe I say, a question now make comments about, say, Obi kwa wadi mwa, be metimi say no.
Yeah.
And I'm for no bit to me say no. What shall a dear nitimi in any pansus was waiting man says.
Okay, Mammy fat ye decay a quire ben my bet me a cell bar, our wadi. You're free baby adaptation to adapt so obey baby in an environment. Or Barbie will hold more bow at the out to Miss or Bowie on pen one sem. onye basa onye se but bema ne ye behavioral change bema ne ye tumi ma oba no etumi sisa. One, imagine so ye bema no aware oba for maybe itemize certain issues etumi ma oba tumi sisa. What worry oba for 3 years? 3 years you cry a dosu. Less than let me say be a 1 year. No, even 1 year cross the dosu. Fanny so worry oba for 6 months. Now have a sex with oba nida. What are you trying to imply? And then the bema or bema no be to me deny sa oba na wa worry no wife no sex for 6 months. Abra only have a sex. I've heard a lot of couples, beautiful things. I mean, some time ago I had a very beautiful testimony about Chami Kwame. It was a very beautiful testimony. So on the and every evening they have a sex. That's a beautiful thing, because you see one of the things a bonding a husband and wife together is sex, a bonding intimacy. There is a difference between relationship and there is a difference between fellowship. When we get married, okay, we are in a relationship. One thing is leading to the other. But as soon as we get ourselves intimately through sex, we have moved from being in a relationship to what we call fellowship. Fellowship is more of a deeper thing than just relationship. We can relate on certain grounds, but fellowship no bond here together. Sex and if sex is not just a relationship thing, it's a fellowship thing. And in Tina, there's a Greek kasebi, if I be koinonia. Koinonia means intimacy. There is a realm where only Nyankupo also obey born again for you are in a relationship with God. But as soon as you keep worshiping God, now only Nyame sooner Nyankupo get it deeper. You move from a relationship with God. Because relationship was when you become born again. I feel now Nyame send Nyame sutie. I feel Nyankupo yes Nyame behu. But what do I feel now Nyame do ni mudada. I feel now maybe one of the you are in a relationship, you are relating with God on certain grounds. I feel baby in a relationship, a movie to fellowship, intimacy, very deep thing. I feel no only Nyankopon jina okra na yehum sunsun. Only say obani or yiri ni okunu to be doing pempenso bia. You can't separate them. You cannot even differentiate. A bit to me you need to baby no say unia ba ni ana unia be man. You say there be intimacy, fellowship, and this side neighbor. And one of the things my fellowship is stronger, sex. It is on your body for 6 months, getting to a year. Now only have sex there. So about your baby, said you who denies Adiana, or shall be I'll be outside there. Say Yami so panis how banima, he will change. He may have somebody who be probably may be satisfying that particular lady. Again, on your body, said you sikasem bibia who deny no. Who deny no. Obisa we ya onfa ma no obisa we ya onfa ma no obisa we ya fa enye man nyina ene benya sa ho de ne betwen se me kunu de se ni ene mbre mam yo mo baba ne de one very careful or side chick or side boy.
Wow.
Or sponsor in a certain area na make us say nyame sro eni sa oba ni mu a she may trend that path na fe no esesa oba no no until sao, but certain denial, they are denying was certain privileges. She's entitled to as a wife. Our own family. Now, or expect to say because of issues ever up in terms of financial issues in setting it up, only setting it up. As a big one can setting up big crowd business. Nankasa time nanka one children obey to my day about the boy. And also another issue. And sometimes so Bobby one mouth you say on you be about what you move, but maybe one open sapa. Obema no sa openti oba no say oba no so no nza oba o twatu tot we o twa enyo hwe twatu tot o twa enyo hwe twatu tot o twa afi no oba no oba wade no onye obi ono nsa o bema na introduce so behavioral issues, behavioral change, adaptation, may adapt it, no adapt it, no adapt it, no adapt it. So these are things e betunya sesa oba awa wade mo. And sometimes so relationship towards oba no betunya sesa no we will be on any kasa, the way a man is on any kasa, the way a man is on any relative. A favorite baby now, she's changing. She's changing. Over 2 1 to 5. Over 2 1 to 5. Some may catch yourself if you send your name kasa and mempe. One say me kaba coach out there, ubufu. Then you now suit Mrs. Sauba. If you can't Sauba, no, one go, me bano, on him casada. Yeah, and no one was no. When you're bad time, you'll be showing him straight in the eye, but catch your say, Papa, my baba, and one was no. Because me baba no I'm personal mamini dinukre. She's not pretending, she's not lying, but of certain behaviors it be our exhibited towards obano I'm obana sister towards you. I feel no move you on funny didn't respect him because of the real only there. relating. So these are things and many other things that between us about our wadiem. Another thing so bet must say about our wadiem e na fofo. Adie say we man onye man san nima mabbo so nyina any a lot of things. Okwa abonten a me ma me share testimony with us some time ago. Na mbako bi na me lebi o na ma me share testimony with us. Na ma me say ne yonko baabi de oya ne say ena me kunu ena me bibia na me kunu aka akire me bibia na me kunu aka akire me bibia na me kunu aka akire me odwene won tia so oni kunu aware for so many years, over 30 something years. Oh eni people ani kunu nka nkire no ono fin say ha no but oni na dan fune ka kire ne say ni say ena mami friend ni kunu ka kire ni kunu say na de na bibia ni a onka nkire me na odi sie me onka nkire me na odi sie na onka nkire ni kunu say enye nsem nyina na say me bo wa mane because of Jumedi Amidinti. Ni kunu yesofo because of Jumedi Amidinti. Na ebi a meka asem bi a kyerɛw. Sa asem no ɛyɛ asem bi ɛyɛ obi ehinta asem kɛse pa. Me yesofo ntimitumi kura. Because enye nsem bi a no bi ka kyerɛ asasofo a me ka kyerɛ even though ye meyere. Enti se wakɔ abɔnten akɔte onyanko ba bi ka kyerɛw sɛ ni kunu kan bi a kyerɛ ne. Na so people say me ka kyerɛw de a na me how because one way abakɔte bi na da kɔdi nkɔmɔ. Ma mina na ono kasa niku ka bi a kyerɛ na fa du bia esi niku na sɔre start say egu because ensema na niku ka kyerɛ nya no da kɔtena bi di nkɔmɔ ensema nkɔfɔ ka kyerɛ niku sɛ hwɛ no ambo obi ama ne because mehu masɛm na me ne waka meji wudi a medi wechi a hu mi sɛm yɛ sɔfo nti a mbɛ sɛ ɔboa me nti na mbɛ ka kyerɛ o na fa ɔba ne na fa nkɔfɔ tete na fa ni balance na asɔre no egu business na egu enti sometimes no onamfofo can have influence on you a betumi aden asesa oba no because one fane se bia ade a se wo ye be ma na se wo ye sika unfa ma no okoka che na unfa mi kunu hwe mi kunu wa ma me kwa every month ka na nye 5 million and dem do ma 5 million say fakodidwa in a setting or in an environment where sometimes you ma cry 100 Ghana cedis brother that lady will begin to change towards you because influence from on say old school near be peer pressure.
Pastor dear na mera mi kunu boni bi ye won ho ensusanso boni bi ebede na metimi awe san ensusanso ntimi mam so madamfo bi ede ne betimi aya won man ensusanso boni bi memfa nkoma wade de ne betimi awe fa ho
ye dikan ukunu ya ukunu na oyo obaye a wawari a nyankopon adom be ma ide because enye mma nyina na yadom mu be ma even though because say aware e wo homa emma but enye oba bia na aware na de metumi aka ne say the man who are no onye perfect person and so on mistakes one home mistakes are enye buapaye washada intentionally so or yetiao but once in a while no tumi so mistakes. The first thing I meet to catch or say as I say and say you have to resort to God because minimum kofwa empire as someone by virtue of so mo original mo naso e bon paye ma wo e bia korensanfo ebi enkophobia no mo ye nyeme bi emfata but through that a man intervention in prayer no amasa ade na ede asesa de toso mienu se bibi wo ukunu hu na ofense enye ebenya wo ba no hu sunsuanso a obi a ofense be ma no obunu or respect no ofere no a o kasa otie no bomodin ase oni be ma ni nyina betu anamo akwakọ hu nipa kro emfa be ma n'echi enkonko report nipa kro no nemu ma be ma nti ase se wo issue me gidi se wo issue me mpese me drag issue ne be ma nsem be ba aware me mpese be kom ebusu anchenti papa we me yo me so yo bia o respect ne pa obu nipa yen ko ne na futu bi o wo mo ye obetumi di amaye bia no betumi di amaye se ne be ya dan ne ma na wo ye enya nsunsuanso wo me oba no so emfa nsem umra ya wadie no ani so wo ho ena de toso mienu susu no uyo oba na se wadamfo tufo enye so tufo na we implement ade a we tufo you need to have a godmother in the sense say oba utumi say na wade a owo mu no say you let's recently me who say Pastor Deboye ne wife oma ware for over 50 something years. And a lot of people were sharing it on Facebook and they were saying I tap into the grace. It's not just grace. Because I always say that grace does not operate in a vacuum. Grace operates on principles. I believe says uncle for normally certain principles be so many And a more marriage, you know, in spite of everything the problem they have been facing, it to me I traveled through that so many years. Into your bar, na so yonko bar, no too full. Now if you don't know two no, or two you now implemented that, then you have a problem with your husband and your marriage. Or two for fetu no come out godmother. Or godmother of you by the wisdom and experience all over the years. Let's scrutinize it. Like I say, asema don't forget you catch it on. May your ba penny ama warrior by experience no. Asema kind of asem no kre. We implement here bebo. Asema kind of nya asem no kre. So we implement here. Who the issue bebo wa brabum. So these are things you should surround yourself as the woman to be able to help you to avoid certain things about marriage more about how marriage. Either say free ukununche eneba, and I've already given that solution you can adopt. And now say be a free now for eneba. And something that's external beyond you are. Anything that is external, which is beyond human control, then the resultant effect is supposed to be through prayer. Because adia bria so yen to mean control. Adia share so yen control yen to mean entina nyankopon dey be inviting is there. It should be a part of our marriage. Because there are certain things be our marriage more. It is beyond the husband and the wife, especially the wife. Resort to God in prayer. Na Christopher yebo mpa de nyankopon betumi ide. So after say we implementing all those principles amaka ni nyina no, back your marriage with prayer. And I believe say nyankopon betumi ma marriage and anyone can say our life in the marriage and aye better.
Wow. Nyame adom wama wonimdie pi, wama wonyanse pi. Just watch books afama ho. E dey ase na be ka wo book nu kakra na book nu so kra na ye pe bia to anfa ne binya bia.
Okay, me da wasi bebre pa. Book nu ye book bia nyankopon ema me a lot of revelations about a man. And the book is not only about women, it's about women and it's about wives. These are the two areas. Abranti or two on working on the book initially when so he knows a lot about the book. Now, book ni a book be the title of the book The Real Diva. The cast a diva to the answer word ni oba or a hustler oba ni so crack. Yes, like everything to achieve success, any of those things. Also, the word hustler, a female version of the word hustler, and I know almost diva. But I just picked the diva, and it's an acronym. To me, it's an acronym for the purpose of my book. It's an acronym. It's not just the diva as the name implies, but it's an acronym. And what it means is that divinely informed, victoriously anointed. I believe, say, every woman that God has created on this earth, there is so much in you can bring out to be a blessing to the world. So much in you. Women are a deposit of treasure. And in one of the books I talked about a woman being a seed-carrying woman and a man being a seed-giving man. All say about me continue dear one like my brother was behind the scene. My brother Busa said me say Obabi to me dear shady to say on yi sade ni bibia or relationship mo only but awade mu onyi at a certain time where you that's how women are. Women have the capacity to keep things within. Naturally, sana nyame yomo. Be man to me kita akola for 9 months. But about the nyame programming. And a lot of things nyame dey do am, and that is what the book says to achieve, to help women to enhance or to bring within them the potentials, the treasures are nyankopon edia ediomo. And in the book now I talked about characters or more Bible more defile a lot of misfortunes, a lot of issues that surrounded their life, rising to stardom, achieving a lot of greatness. And again, I talked about women outside of the Bible. And some of the women I talked about are one woman that actually ventured in an area. It was predominantly a men's zone. But she entered that area and she became a superstar in that area. And the book is a powerful book. It's a beautiful book. I believe it's a Obabia can. A bit enlightening, a bit empowering, a bit inspiring, a bit challenging to go beyond whatever limitations are all around her life. Now, baby, I'll bring your book at the moment. Me shut that physically and printed book out during the lockdown season. Because I felt that people were indoors and circulating of books because of contacting Sunday morning. I was actually bringing out the PDF version of the book. And made me the number atuga PDF version the Mankuswa and Kofo requested for the PDF version because the restriction was that you are not supposed to be contacting physical things because of Corona. And last year that was the decision I took. And I felt say, okay, let me send it through their emails or through WhatsApp. And I restricted people that actually bought it. And my intention is not to sell the book as it's selling the book, but to help raise a little money to support my book ministry and also the other things that I intend doing. And so you're interested, yeah. Oma me akwenya na metumi de me number.
Wada ma fatuja.
E dia tuga into contact me a me de be ma na me de ma so na hwe no amfa mo bi because of copyright sake. Na ko form patronize book na ntumi nkwa ni. The number is 0244 108357. 0244 108357 to contact me via WhatsApp. Let me get the book to you and you will love it. You will love it. Deep revelations in the light of the word and from the outside experiences now. Nyankopon adom medi ewura book nim enti a book oba bia nya bi. Whether you are a married woman or you are not a married woman, you need to read that book. It will help you.
Final words how be can dey ma.
First of all, my final word and command mema. Emma ya chede anya me dia cheye. Ye twi ye mutan a Nyankopon de ma e dia cheye asa chede. Ye hu ekwan ye be fa so a ye betumi aso mba. Se wo yo obi a wo ba around you a the best thing o se esese wo ye as a man is to help the woman to rise to the highest peak of her life. So you be a sebe nyame ehira na oyire onimdi otumi sua de ko ehira mana kwanya no sua de ko ehire ochina ho mfaso ne sa bebra wankasa oyo bi a nyame de oba bia bro no yo bi a ne nsa no adwuma ye very illustrious person in business and set her up if you have the capacity make sure say oba na oba o life mu no as a married person no she's not the same woman because oba yo bi a man free zone now the certain protection of love be ni sa man my wife they be my wife or a lecturer. And my wife holds an MPhil from the KNUST, first degree, second degree from KNUST. And currently, I'm pushing her to do her PhD. And I need scholarship for her to do her PhD. Because I believe that if she rises to the top, may you be a first say, may a doctor, may a child, it gives me a sense of pride. And the men who said, and say, and my achedie. So we a blessed man, not a young coupon is such women about around you, man. Find a way to deposit something in them. It will inspire your own children. It will inspire your own self. Even at some greater part of your life, you can make me open a lot of doors for you. They toss to me and so no. If we try to make me Emma, because someone sem niaka Emma who sem doors. But we ye a dear be a yasha da areas be a yabon tofa. Emma who sem doors. Tebe say nyakwenya be nya kamba wansema. Emma who sem doors. But the foot to make me or babia. Nyamia wa duma. What chance on this video I will share say. Who say only ordinary person I was asisua nyamia boshonko for that mentality in fashion trim say baby biara obe find yourself be an obe excel to the utmost because adie biara we here as about to excel is within you. Every woman has what it takes to become a star, whether in the small scale or in a larger scale. You have it. You are not denied. Nyamia ndiwa bro or there too it give yourself that room to improve upon yourself and you become a better woman because without you, the world cannot be. And interesting, let me say this and then we'll end. Oh, shocking can Bible said, no, Nyankopon your bar. Sorry, Beman Fim Paddy, no, the ball bar. That particular rape on who check your Hebrew cast and now steady further. Another rendition, another interpretation give the word door. Door. A door, ye baby, I only access into a room. And until we are see answer now, Bema and now, you pay baby, as though your bow, your Bema baby, as this on Amabamu. Yesu Christo crowd bass as you are crying. Or ye nyame bo we as a crown one man through a supernatural means. He had to use a woman because a woman is a doorway to the earth. And this is another area, one of these days, you ever come with him tasempa. And mass woman into your banner out here who say so more. Kai TV I was doing because when your TV programming and this particular teaching say you share free. But make sure said the obesity biano. I ain't shiramo. Yaminka on Yamina Kai TV so Yamin Shramo. Some to me. I'm looking forward to other opportunities to share a lot of things that Yamia Dumonusu dear Diamimu. And I believe Sebeko, a Chirena, Ayenshram Obibia, Yamishram Webre.
Pastor, that's a far. We and Penny Force a more pensudo, Nansu Dian in Suani and ye, and Mahoma Semnia kind, young for Musia, but talk or so. I can simply, now, Pastor, a year, Gabriel. Yamwa Buensi and I nutrition come way. And I did be a tad friend and Nana who did a different year, Pastor Gabi, and then Nekasai. The American Sanchi be a used to be back. You mean I am fear who may then soon Yamiano pay you in Bre. Inch be no bar. You know, me in and Quanjam be a cry. I am so for Kaya not she will be dig me dear Baba, a man of query. See ya, ɛkyia wo pii o Yesu dim kasa me pa
amen pa